guys, and welcome to Black Hollywood Live Sports Weekly, your weekly source for news and events in sports. We are talking about the NBA Finals. We're talking about Vegas getting a new NHL franchise, and we're also talking about how someone on our panel has an Android. He just jumped back to 2006 overnight. All this and more up next on Sports Weekly.
You are tuned into Black Hollywood Live Sports Weekly.
Tell you that
And still didn't do the intro. You didn't practice.
That's okay.
25 minutes.
Please tell me why you always say it.
Intros
Please
get longer.
tell me why you always say it.
Every
There's
week.
a hater in the room.
Hey.
Please tell me
Got the
why he got an Android.
Hey.
Please tell me why he got an Android.
Because the front face the camera.
Are we on?
Welcome to Sports Weekly, guys. Your weekly source for news and events and sports. Every Thursday night, 7 o'clock, BlackHollywoodLive.com. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and on Instagram at Erica Renee D.
I'm Charlie Myers. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Charles L. Myers.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall.
What's up, everybody? It's Joshua Johnson. Matter of fact, go ahead and get you that S7 Galaxy Edge. This is a plug for Androids right here. Get that.
If you don't want text messages, go ahead and get that phone.
Exactly.
Why you always hating on my Galaxy?
you'll never get no
find me-
text.
Find me on social media because I'll get it right here on my phone at JJ the Talented.
2 days later.
2 days
Don't
later,
worry.
exactly.
He'll get a tweet, but he don't get a text.
That's right. BlackHollywoodLive.com. Follow all things Black Hollywood Live at BlackHollywoodLive.com. Follow us on Twitter at BHL Online and follow us on Instagram at The Sports Weekly, courtesy of Charlie. He's keeping that Instagram lit.
Doing a good
right.
job. Doing a
Lit
good job.
Really
Yeah.
good job, Charlie.
Doing that collage.
He's on it. I already got the NBA draft top 5 on there.
Yeah.
Top five.
Didn't waste any time.
Okay. NBA Finals last week. Highs and lows. Okay, guys, literally the NBA Finals to end all NBA Finals. I did tweet, though, that Game 7 to me ranked right on up there with the Michael Jordan's flu game. I don't know
Yep.
if you guys remember Michael Jordan's flu game.
Yeah.
Josh, say something smart.
What? I'm listening to you.
Voice of God.
Can I listen?
Voice of God. At any point, you can please come in and remove the fourth host over here.
He's with me. God is on my side. He is with me.
So my first question to you guys: would this series have had a different outcome had Draymond not been suspended? Game 5.
No, nothing would have
Absolutely.
changed.
No.
Whoa.
No,
No?
nothing would have
No.
changed.
Absolutely.
No.
Would have.
No.
Draymond was the reason they lost Game 5. If he was there, it'd have been a whole different outcome. Matter of fact, they wouldn't have even won the game if Kyrie didn't have that 3-point at the end. That would.
But what
it would
stopped
be
him in Game
celebrating the
6?
Warriors right now.
Yeah.
But what stopped him in Game 6?
Well, if Draymond was there, who knows what would have happened in Game 6?
Nothing.
Wait. So you're saying, Josh, that you think that if
The
Draymond
outcome would have been different.
So you think Draymond plays Game 5 and then the Warriors win Game 5?
Yeah.
So then the series is over because at that point it would have been okay.
That's it.
No.
Why not?
So, if you watched the series, I'm assuming you did.
Whoa, was that shade?
Yeah. So
It's so strong.
Yeah. As you saw, LeBron James was on fire, regardless. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but he would have stopped him. He would have stopped him no matter what.
Was
He
that
was on a mission.
Was that the 41-point game where he and Kyrie both had 41 points? Was that Game 5?
That was
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Game 5.
Okay.
I think that was Game 5.
So,
yeah.
I think I agree with you, Charlie, because Draymond's presence might have altered one of either LeBron's or Kyrie's ability to have such stellar games, but you couldn't have taken away both of those record-breaking games from both Kyrie. What? Go ahead.
Wait a minute. We were just talking about this last week.
Actually-
We were both agreeing that Draymond had a huge effect
Well,
on the outcome of this series.
And I changed my mind. Have you ever heard who says, if I change my mind a million times, I better hear you say, yeah,
Shaka
yeah,
Khan.
yeah. No, I think it's Shania Twain.
Oh.
you were so excited to say Shaka Khan.
So yeah, I do agree with you, Charlie. Yeah, because Charlie was the only person to predict the actual outcome of the series properly. Anyway, so
was.
I'm jumping on Charlie's
so
bandwagon.
that makes Charlie an expert.
But it
at
does. He's an
predicting.
expert. Yes.
That's right.
I have a
You just
question
got
though.
lucky.
Okay, so Draymond is the heart and soul of that team, but
Yep.
but how does that stop Steph and Clay
Thank
from
you.
really showing up offensively? Because they didn't have a great series offensively.
Terrible.
See,
Awful.
I think with Steph and Clay, I've been calling them circus shots all year long.
They
And what had happened was their circus shots just were not falling. Like they just got into a rhythm of an inability for either of them to get hot and to stay hot, except for Clay. I feel like Clay was more consistent than Steph was, not only in this series but in the Western Conference Finals as well. And yeah, that I don't think that was a Draymond thing. I think that was my luck ran out. We peaked in the regular season thing.
You know who I think really is the variable that no one expected was Kyrie. Kyrie showed up.
Okay.
I don't think it would have mattered if Draymond was there, if his mama was there. It don't matter if Michael Jordan was there. Kyrie was the one who was having the breakout finals.
Okay. So you agree with Josh that Draymond not being in Game 5 had no effect on the outcome?
I don't think that Draymond being there or not being there.
Okay, hold on. What was? I'm confused with the question.
So the question is basically, would the series have been different had Draymond not been suspended Game 5? So you said they would have won. You said the Warriors would have won Game 5
if he was there.
And you're saying
I said it doesn't matter because between LeBron being on a mission and Kyrie finally coming out of the shell,
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you lacked Draymond's defense, you lacked his rebounding ability, and you lacked the fact that he is a spark plug for his team. Just him acting out and being there on the court and his presence on the court. You take away that, and then you see why LeBron and Kyrie can both go off and have games like that, because you take away the team's heart and soul almost.
But what if only? But LeBron and Kyrie both went off. It wasn't like one of them went off. Both of them went off. So I'm saying that hypothetically, Draymond is in the game. Kyrie or LeBron could have either of them could have still had a phenomenal game, and then the Cavs would have still won. I mean, I know these are all contingencies. What ifs. You never know, but
let's be real. After you get kneed and hit in the private parts, you're going to go into that next game determined no matter what.
Yeah.
I think LeBron was going to be so pissed about getting hit down there.
He didn't get hit though.
I mean, you swung at it. If I swung at your stuff right now, you'd be mad.
Did LeBron even know? Like, he was just like, yo, let me step over this dude. He kept on going. Did he even look down?
Yeah.
I think he realized what he was doing on the second swipe. On the first swipe, you couldn't tell. On the second swipe, you realized. But my whole thing is he would have been so fired up after that. It didn't matter if Draymond played or not. He was going to bust his ass regardless.
Yeah, regardless of all that.
What?
So, what I'm going to say is Bogut. I know Bogut was not a big part of the playoffs, but he was a man that was stopping the inside game.
that's true.
And what happened? They posted up. They were in the inside, and that's how they scored most of their points.
That was
That's
sort
a
of
very
my next
valid
point, was the
move.
fact that the rebounding ability is totally taken away when you have Bogut out, when you have Draymond out. They had no one else. Festus Ezeli was terrible underneath,
Awful.
especially in Game
Wow.
7 with I don't think he had any rebounds, maybe 1 point, or was it 1 point?
Yeah, it was
or zero points and one
Yeah.
rebound.
They never rely on him. So why start now?
He's just a role player
so
anyway.
The injuries
small
were
role
not
player.
in LeBron's favor last year with Kyrie out, but this year they were in his favor because Bogut was out. I believe that is the reason why they won the championship.
Okay.
Because of injuries. Now, back to what I said previously when I predicted this. I said that the Warriors are technically a better team, but they're going to beat themselves, and that's what happened. They beat themselves. They did not score.
That I can agree with.
They did not. They did not
They did
score.
not rebound.
They did not rebound.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. LeBron James took over, and that's why they have the championship.
And I think too, Steph got exposed a lot, and
He couldn't handle the defense.
He couldn't handle
No.
the
He
got
defense.
super exposed.
Super exposed. So now that we see that he's not the second coming of Jesus
Oh my gosh, is
Christ,
Steph gonna be like Colin Kaepernick next year?
I feel it. No.
yeah. So I want to know.
Well, this is what I think. I think this finals messed up his contract negotiation.
Oh.
Really?
I think it messed up because he's still on this old contract.
No.
Well,
not at all.
he's not
gonna
gonna-
get super paid when that contract.
I think they'll structure it. If he doesn't perform next year, if he has 2 seasons of like you let us
Disappearing
down
in the playoffs.
and shrinking under the lights, I think they'll play with his money. Because understand, he's only getting paid what 11 or 12 mil this year. He's due for a new contract.
yeah. Well, not 10, 11. I'm counting his years. So this is the 5th year. What contract is he under? Is this not?
I don't think he's under a rookie contract. I think they restructured it.
Okay,
is
gotcha.
second.
Okay,
This is second contract,
Gotcha.
but he's due money. I want to say next summer or the summer following.
So
Yeah, I mean,
It's next summer.
even that.
It is.
I don't think it was his fault. Everybody puts the blame on him. Yes,
Because he's the premier.
When
But-
your wife talks that much mess, it's your fault.
But at the same time, the Steve Kerr was outcoached. in that series.
Yeah, but Steve Kerr wasn't out there missing the shots that got them to a 7-3-9 season.
But he's calling the plays.
Well,
so.
and Steve Kerr did say this about Steph Curry. He said, I think he said this after Game 5, that Steph doesn't have the physical prowess to get out on the court, to be on the court and dominate physically. So he has to use his skill set, and his skill set is his half-court shot, his perimeter shooting, which, as we saw, was very inconsistent through the Western Conference Finals and definitely through the finals. So knowing that when it comes to the big stage this year, last year, Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals, do we say that Steph is overrated?
No, I don't think he's overrated. I just think for the defense out there at that time, the tenacity that Shump and Kyrie Irving were playing him with, I mean, they got him. They got the best of him on defense.
Overrated, McCall?
Ask me next year.
Okay.
No, he's not over. Have you forgotten the fact that
ask me next year.
73-9?
Ask me next year.
NBA champions before that?
But that means nothing. Now.
But this is what the finals did.
He's going to come back. They're going to have another great season. They'll probably get just as far, if not out in the Eastern Conference. I mean, they'll get to the Eastern Conference.
So you're saying that
the Western
hard
Conference
defense,
Finals for sure.
Hard defense exposed him. So next season, if I'm the Boston Celtics, I'm gonna take my rookie who's trying to earn his spot and say, you stick on him like white on rice the whole game. That's your only job the whole game.
But if you have the work ethic that Steph Curry has, he's just gonna come back stronger over the summer.
But I think that
again, ask me next season. Ask me next season. I think he's on the brink of being so exposed he's going to become not irrelevant.
He's been playing from behind all his career. What makes you think at this point he's going to stop and let up?
Well, because I think the culture, and this can parlay into the next thing with Ayesha's Twitter fingers, I think the culture of the Curry family or Steph Curry's rise to stardom was so fast and it was so perfect that we conveniently overlooked his flaws. Like, we never really talked about the fact that he couldn't battle Westbrook defensively, or Kyrie's been hurt, or that sometimes Chris Paul would get the best of him defensively. We just were like, oh, look how many points he scores every game. Oh, look how he can shoot from the tunnel. And now we actually have to look at how he's not as good of a two-way player as a Klay Thompson. We have to look at how other guys on the team actually held the Warriors up and helped them survive and sustain to this Game 7, and it wasn't Steph, the unanimous MVP. And so to say he's overrated might be a stretch, but I'm gonna say he a little overrated. A little overrated.
And the fact that he had all those turnovers.
But I've been saying that all year though.
Yeah, you've been saying that all year. I don't know why, for the life of me.
I've never totally bought into him.
You saw why.
Do you think
that he took his team to the finals?
But there's a regular.
They lost.
There's a regular season and there's a postseason.
Is LeBron overrated?
What? No.
We'll get to that later. But do you think that they need to add somebody onto the Warriors? Do you think KD is going to come over to the Warriors?
We'll get to that too.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that.
All right.
Okay, because I feel like it's on our list.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Ayesha. Ayesha, she was the girl with the Twitter fingers. I think she was out of line, tweeting that the NBA was rigged. She tweeted, you guys out there probably know, but if you don't, during Game 6, she said the NBA is rigged either for money or for ratings. I don't know which one. She was all in her feelings. Stephen A. Smith kind of went in on her the next morning on ESPN First Take. Some of the commentators the night of the game who saw the tweet before it was deleted also criticized her. Was she out of line?
I'm not saying this to be sexist because I'm a woman, okay, and I'm a woman who likes to cook. But Ayesha, get your behind in the kitchen and shut up.
Now y'all can't say that. You can say that.
I can say it. If had you said it, that would have been sexist. I'm saying it as a woman. Ayesha, get your ass in the kitchen and cook.
Can she cook though?
Yeah, she can.
I mean, she can really cook, like for real.
Have you tasted her food?
Have you tasted it though? Like,
well, I went to San Francisco. I went to San Francisco this past weekend, and I wanted to go to her restaurant, but it's like booked until Christmas. But I really wanted to try out her barbecue spot. But my thing is, look, I'm a woman who can play basketball, like for real. Okay. Have played at a high level, like I can ball.
Yes.
I have seen her on Instagram trying to dribble. You suck. You can't play. If Steph Curry were married
to play basketball.
But my whole thing is, if Steph Curry were married to, like, let's say a former college player, former WNBA player, who can really speak about the game because they know it, then okay, I could kind of see her being on Twitter. Girl, you cook.
See, here's the thing, and I think that's why Stephen A. got in trouble, because I tend to oftentimes take the male perspective side, and I get murdered in the mentions on YouTube, whatever. What's up, y'all? But I think she was out of line not because she didn't play basketball at a high level, because I think you can have a good sense of a sport without, like, I love college football, I love NFL. I never played, but I can speak about it intelligently. You know, so my thing is not that. My thing is that's your husband's job. You don't see the CEO of Microsoft's wife taking to Twitter saying, "Oh, they messed up my husband's 401k" to the entire world. And then, furthermore, because the Currys have such strong ethical Christian values, if you really think your husband's employer is rigged, y'all bet it's time for y'all to re-up and find another profession, because that's not consistent with your Christian values. If you're not working for a rigged corporation, are you, Ayesha Curry? So.
Whoa, that's come on. You don't.
I'm just saying.
Go that far
Bible,
and go at her Christianity.
said. I'm just saying.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
I
do agree with the fact that, you know, by all intents and purposes, they are kind of effectively the first family of the NBA. So I would say, you know, you don't see Michelle Obama, not saying they're not comparing, but she thinks a lot of things, and she has an opinion about how people refer to her husband and treat her husband. Yes. But she's not going out there on Twitter and saying all this unnecessary stuff. So Ayesha got caught up in her feelings.
She did.
Yep. She wanted to voice it. She went to the wrong avenue. She could have just drunk some wine and, you know, talked amongst her friends about, you know, what she felt about the NBA. But she did step out of line, and I think she kind of cast herself and her husband and family in a bad light.
Yes.
It'll blow over, but she didn't need to do that.
You know what the real problem is? People look to Ayesha to comment on everything. She's on Twitter so much, she felt like she had to say something.
I don't think it was premeditated. I'm sorry, Charlie. I keep interrupting you.
No.
Jump in.
So I agree with all of you before I say what I'm about to say. But I'm married, and say for instance I'm an NBA player, which will never happen. But if I were to do something and she felt like it was incorrect, that they treated me poorly, and she did it, I would look at it as, okay, she's defending me. Yes, she could have said it in a different fashion or in a different platform, but she's still defending me as my wife.
But you can't defend your wife, husband, significant other, mama, daddy, you know, kid, whatever, on a public forum that literally a billion people has their eyes on. Like, that's not.
And I get that.
That's unprofessional.
Yeah, but I mean, who hasn't thought that?
Yeah.
Though? Who hasn't thought like the NBA must be rigged?
Of course.
But let me just say this as a woman, and I'm not married, but I respect a man, right? Sometimes you just gotta let a man be a man and let him fight his battles.
See,
you need to just back the hell up.
See, and I think that's why Stephen A. got in trouble, because I don't think Stephen A. was trying to, because he compared her to Savannah, and he said, you know,
Savannah don't say nothing. Savannah go to Balmain, go to Gucci, shut up.
She runs her juice shop.
And she runs her juice shop. And I think that we have this misconception that women just have to, like, you know, fall back and be women. We can have a voice, but I just think you have to be, you know, appropriate with when you have
it. Be appropriate with the culture. Our culture in society these days, you can't just say anything on Twitter and not expect a backlash.
Yeah.
Let's jump to favorite moment from Game 7, because we got to go to the next topic. Favorite moments from Game 7 or just the NBA Finals, period.
That I was right.
Charlie's beating this in the ground.
Tell me why you are
Go ahead and lift that up, because it was a good comeback. I couldn't believe it. I thought for sure the Warriors had this in the bag, and to see them come back from 3-1. That was crazy. You know, this series for me, it cast LeBron in a different light for me.
Me too.
Because before that, I was like, LeBron, whatever. Because for a long time, you know, I grew up and had Kobe on my team, you know, for the Lakers. And I never really cared about LeBron. But now, like, I'm like, this guy's good.
He's amazing.
LeBron is really good.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that a little bit later, talking about LeBron in depth. But, you know, I see him a lot differently now. I have much more respect for him.
And one more thing I have to add, the block.
Yeah.
That's the game.
He chased that ball down like he was chasing his legacy. He went with so much fierceness and tenacity at that ball.
He knew if that ball was going in,
if that ball was going in, his legacy would go down for sure.
My favorite Game 7 moment was actually post-conference with J.R. Smith bawling his eyes out. Like, that was so emotional, because J.R. Smith, you're laughing. You say how you do? You say how you do?
What about LeBron bawling his eyes out?
That made me cry. As soon as
I cried, too.
I think that was put on, though. Like,
No,
I think that was put on.
was a sincere
I think it was put on. He didn't have like
all the things that he has gone through to get to Cleveland to the
players
finals.
are really aware of of who's looking at them, and he's trying to recreate that Jordan moment after he won after his Father's Day.
Oh my God!
Let me tell you,
the biggest.
He probably had documentary crews there and everything. We'll see it in about a few months into the summer summer, we'll see a LeBron James documentary for sure.
my,
Okay.
that is
You're
the
full
I
of
don't believe it.
Well,
I
that
don't believe
is-
it.
J.R. Smith wasn't putting it. I don't know if you watched it. Obviously, I don't think you watched it, Josh, because I think you wouldn't be able to agree
I
with
turned the
it.
game off.
Josh was hating. He turned the game off.
Whatever. Okay.
wasn't watching
That's
it.
not my team.
Charlie, please take us
care.
on to the next
Wait,
conversation.
I didn't even. I wanted to share mine.
Sorry.
Mine was when Steph tried to fake out LeBron and then he blocked him and he turned back and looked. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, he was like, I think he was like, I'm the greatest.
I think he said
Ben
that and I
Worm.
loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron
In
was in
case
his
you
feelings,
forgot.
though.
He's like,
LeBron was in his
I'm the
feelings.
greatest brother.
I think he just had to send a good
I
reminder.
think he had a chip on his shoulder.
Well, of course he did.
That
because
was game
Clay-
6, wasn't it?
I think it was game
Yeah,
6.
that was
No, what
That
was the
my
dunk though? I forget what was the dunk in Game 6. It was nasty. Who was that?
Was that from Kyrie to
No,
LeBron?
it was Golden State. Who dunked? Damn, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. It was a vicious dunk that somebody from Golden State had on Cleveland Cavs. You remember? It was nasty.
I
I'm
don't
gonna look
know.
it up.
I
I'll get
will
back
say
to
that
you.
this, I didn't start watching the finals until like game 4.
Ooh, why?
Yeah,
Because
same
the
here.
first 2 games were like
Please,
blowouts.
please
We
tell me why
talked
you
about
always
this.
saying.
Same
No,
here.
it was just-
I
it
did
wasn't-
too.
it wasn't
why you
entertaining
always
for
say-
me.
No, okay.
I was
Yeah.
late to the party.
Speaking about the 2 greatest players of all time, LeBron James,
Ooh,
Michael Jordan.
LeBron's already moved up to one of the greatest.
So we're gonna talk about this before we discuss anything about if LeBron James is close to MJ or anything along those lines. I want to bring you into perspective. So in '84, Michael Jordan came into the league. They lost in the first round. '85, he broke his leg and they were swept. '86, they were swept again. '87, they lost in the semifinals.
To who? Who that year?
I think
Detroit?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Detroit.
Pistons.
That's right. '88, they lost in the Eastern Conference,
Okay.
and then '89, they lost in the Eastern Conference again.
Okay.
And then from there, he went on his 6-0 run.
Anyway,
Okay.
No.
So
Okay.
Oh, Sean Livingston.
yeah.
Sorry.
So with that said, LeBron James has had 2 more MVPs than one more MVP than Michael Jordan has at this point in time, as well as 3 rings at 31. I'm not saying that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James as of right now, or vice versa. I'm saying that they're even. The reason being is because of all the things LeBron James has done since he's come to the league. He has come in, yes, he didn't go to the finals the first 2 years, but he came in as a winning record. He improved a team that was nothing. I believe that Michael Jordan had a team around him that made him win. LeBron James has always had himself, and that has been it. Yes, he has been traded to other players, other teams, but I feel like if it wasn't for him, Miami wouldn't have won anything. Cleveland wouldn't be out of their drought.
That's fair.
So with that said, I think they are completely even right now.
So basically, we just need to shut up and move to the next topic because you already told us.
Pretty much you shut my ass up. I'm like, oh,
And I
He opened it up and closed it
I
too.
pretty much.
I can't argue with you there, brother. Can't argue with you there.
So
And that's our show for the night.
think about it this way: LeBron James. A lot of people give him flack because he left Cleveland, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So he went to Miami and he spent there and he got his championships. And Cleveland got Kyrie. Without that, they're not going to win the championship today.
But tell me this. I think this is why people say that LeBron will never be like MJ. Is because of his moments that he failed being clutch.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think for him to be considered to be as great as MJ or better, I think in this last tail end of his career, if he maintains this clutch attitude and is able to close, I think that you can really make that argument. Because MJ has been clutch and was always clutch and was never afraid to take the last shot. And that's what I will say about LeBron. Sometimes he's afraid to take that last shot.
He is, but he not as much as he used to. No, he used to be really afraid to make the last shot, but I think we've seen this past year, especially, that he has been more. I don't know. He's been more of a gangster when it comes to
Yeah.
not deferring to whoever else except for himself. But I do want to say this. I think we used to compare MJ's clutchness to Kobe or to LeBron or whoever want to compare MJ to, whatever. I think LeBron is creating such a new legacy that it won't even be able to be compared to MJ's. I think LeBron's going to be as great as MJ, but in a different right, in a different light. Because he is the first player to help a team come back down from 3-1 in the NBA Finals.
Ever.
Ever. What he did make a promise to a struggling community that I'm going to do this for you, and he did come through on the promise. Like, who knew? And it was Cleveland of all cities. All your points are completely valid. So I think MJ has his own legacy, but if LeBron wins another championship, I think that we will hold LeBron in a certain esteem that's equal to Michael, but for different reasons.
And they had a different path. I mean, LeBron has been
Yeah.
under the microscope since he was 14 years old and has lived up to the hype. That alone, you should give him a lot of credit for
Yeah,
that. Because a lot
I
of
give him
people would
credit.
have
Listen.
crumbled under that.
I
Agree.
can't hate anymore. on
Like, you
LeBron.
can't.
No, and I used to be a complete.
hater.
I used to be a complete hater. Like
too.
LeBron James overrated, but this finals has changed that for me.
Shut me up. Let's call you LeBron, Josh.
Yeah, I'm just as nice. We have some
Negative.
You have some thought-provoking questions that we hadn't addressed yet, because I really want to get some definite answers from the three of you.
Ooh.
Okay.
But I'll let you go ahead and take them.
So let's run them down. How close is LeBron to passing MJ as the greatest of all time?
Passing?
He's on a
Two
tear.
championships.
He's not far at all.
Okay, so
championships.
if he gets another championship, right? Let's say next year or the year after that, is he going to be surpassing him at that point? Because I mean, it's completely different. I feel like it's completely different.
I see what you're saying there. For one, personally, I get tired of these comparisons when we take, this guy from this era, compare him to this guy from this era. We're never going to have an answer.
No.
Because you just can't do an experiment where, all things...
The rules have changed. The
game has changed.
Unless you switch the players, go back in time and switch them,
Yeah.
we'll just never know. But we can all have our opinions. We'll never agree. That being said, for your question, LeBron is not far from catching MJ. I think MJ has been very good for the NBA. He's been very good. They've cultivated a very nice legacy of MJ. I would go so far as to say, in my personal opinion, MJ may not be the best of all time. But that's another story. He's definitely great.
Ooh.
But he cultivated... I can have my opinion.
Please,
You're right.
I can have
please
my
tell me
opinion.
why you always hating Josh.
I can have my opinion. He's definitely a great player. But by the time LeBron James
Wait,
is finished,
you have just demoted MJ from the
I have not.
from the
I have
best
not.
to he's definitely a great player.
he's definitely a great player. He's not. I don't think, in my opinion, he's the greatest of all time.
Who's your greatest of
Yeah,
all time?
That's not part of the discussion.
I'm
if you're gonna say something that's strong, if you're gonna
it's
say
not even
something
that
that's
strong.
strong.
A lot of people have that same
Okay, but I'm
opinion.
asking you, who is your greatest of all time?
Let me finish my point. So where we're going with this,
He
to
doesn't
answer
even-
your question, though, I definitely believe that LeBron James is not far from catching MJ and will probably surpass him by the end of his career.
Okay.
I have a question. Who's your greatest of all time?
Don't even worry about it.
Magic.
Don't
You
even
like
worry about
Magic,
it.
huh?
Oh, okay, it must be.
worry.
So-
I know it's Kobe. Okay, I got you. Okay.
No, it's not.
Are you talking about like an all-around player?
Yeah.
You say
Yeah, you-
Kareem?
No, you said it.
What, Magic?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
So, I mean, we kind of already answered this. It is and will he be better? We already answered that, unless you want to add anything.
Well, this is what I will say about LeBron versus MJ. I will hold LeBron higher than MJ because I feel like LeBron is more vocal about social issues.
social issues. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I give him that nod. And he takes that after Magic Johnson.
It's by his phone.
Might be mine.
This was iPhones. Android doesn't do that.
Landlines.
Damn.
Landlines don't do that.
All right, Magic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Put me on blast. But I just think that LeBron has been more socially conscious. I think that counts for a lot.
I think.
No, I don't think it's.
And
far
I was gonna
playing on the
say.
basketball court. It counts for nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I think his legacy and greatness overall.
his legacy and
We're talking
greatness,
about basketball.
his
Not to knock
overall
your point, but-
persona, yeah. But when you actually talk about statistics and what you did for a team and what you did for a franchise and what you did to raise or to hurt or help a franchise, I don't think it's fair to put in people's off court personas when we're talking about
MJ didn't
greatest
have
of all
Twitter.
time.
This is, well, true. This is what I hear a lot, though. At the end of the day, it boils down to rings. I don't totally buy into that.
buy into that.
But I think most people say it just boils down to rings. Who has the
what
most
do you
rings?
buy into? You can't say it boils down to rings and you don't buy into it.
No, I'm saying, but if you listen to a lot of the debates on, our national programming, they always say, well, who had the most rings? It only matters about your rings.
No, that's silly.
I hear it a lot.
I think it's a factor.
I'm not pulling it out of my butt.
It's
like,
a
to
factor,
say
but it's not the end all be all.
It's not. Yeah. because think about Charles Barkley and Steve Nash. We talk about their greatness
Exactly.
in different capacities quite frequently, and no one can, say that Charles didn't have a storied career, or that Steve Nash, of course, 2-time MVP, didn't have a great career as well. So it doesn't come down to rings. I think it's a part of it when you are a Magic or a Michael or a Kobe or a LeBron. Then we start talking about rings. So if you're a Charles Barkley, you're still great. We didn't expect for you to do much with rings. You're still great. But
So wait, why is Magic the greatest of all time?
Why are we even coming back
hold
to
on,
Magic?
we got to Charlie. We got to go to your next question, and then we got to go to the next topic.
Yeah. So what will
Bless you.
determine if LeBron James is the greatest of all time when he retires?
If he's if he gets the Cavaliers to 3 more finals and wins another ring.
I'm gonna add this before you say anything. I don't think he's staying with them for 2. I think he's.
We'll get there. Hold it.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get
I
there.
see what you're about to say.
One
Yeah.
more ring? That's it? That's
more.
all?
I
I
say
say
one ring in Cleveland, and then as we get to it later, I think
Elsewhere.
if he goes somewhere else
One
and
more
brings
ring?
a championship,
So, 4.
then
I say one more ring plus 3 more finals appearances.
I mean, no, not to surpass Jordan in scoring, surpass Jordan as
But
far as
I think he will, though. I mean, I think he will because he came right out of
Yeah,
high
but I'm
school
saying-
anyway. So like statistically,
got a jump.
yeah.
but you didn't say. That's why I was saying, maybe, were you not considering that? But
I mean, okay, yes, all things considered, but my overall my core of what will determine if he's going to be the greatest of all time is once he gets a team, preferably Cleveland. I think if he jumps around, that diminishes his greatness some. But that's just me.
only if he improves it, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
or
We'll get into it.
Yeah. I think he's getting 7.
7. I don't.
You think he's getting 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's gonna be
6, 7.
41 years old.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't know.
We'll talk about it later. But
Like later, like next week, because we're riding.
are we?
Yeah,
Oh. I wanted to keep going on this topic. I
Right.
like this topic. It's a good topic.
because you like to fight.
What's next?
When we're done with that?
I mean, we
we're
gotta
running out of
be
time, like-
Josh, NBA free agency. Like, come on, man.
Okay, so where is LeBron going?
Cleveland.
Is he
Staying
gonna
in
so
stay?
Cleveland.
no, he's gonna stay there for the next 2 years.
The next 2 years?
And then he's gonna get.
He's going to the
So,
Knicks.
Yeah.
this summer, is he
We'll
going to sign
see.
a 2-year deal? He's going to sign a 2-year deal?
No, he's already
Yeah.
he's already said he's signing a 1 year, and he said the day of the parade. I'm
Yeah.
signing a year, and
Oh, did he?
then
I missed that.
and then at the end of my year, he said my agent will reevaluate. Something those were his
Exactly.
exact
There's
words. But
there's
he
a
did
way
say
for
that.
him to opt out of it.
He basically said I might opt out next year.
I mean,
The
because
day
he's
of the
only
parade.
doing 1-year deals anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only because of the CBA
and
or
the
collective-
the
yeah.
money.
It jumps up. And
Yeah.
then it jumps
Because
up
it
again.
jumps. So he's trying to protect his money.
I think that Love is going somewhere.
Oh, of
else.
course.
Because he did absolutely awful in the whole entire playoffs.
He wants to be in Portland.
Kevin.
I'm telling you, he wants to be in
I
Portland.
see him going back to the Timberwolves because the Timberwolves are
with
just not far off.
Wiggins, yeah.
I see them doing really well in the next couple of years, but you may disagree with me on that one. But
I don't put any faith in putting my franchise on the shoulders of 19 and 21-year-olds, but that's just me.
yeah, but again,
Not a whole team of them anyway.
Unless
then Kevin Love.
Yeah, unless Love is with LeBron James, he's not winning another championship. So
I think he's totally fine and content with this one. To be perfectly honest with you,
Who,
just-
Kevin Love?
Yeah, just knowing his
A lot of people
demeanor.
like
An
that.
underachiever.
I think he's just
Yeah.
happy, having that one, But I think he would love to be in Portland. That's where he's from.
interesting.
All right, Kevin Durant.
Knicks.
I could see him
Knicks?
going to the Knicks.
Really?
Honestly, I can't
No,
believe I'm
this
saying
summer?
Yes.
I could see him going.
It is so
What?
after this Derrick
ignorant.
Rose acquisition.
Wait a minute.
No.
I could see it happening.
Not happening.
I don't agree.
Knicks.
I think Charlie and I are going to say the same thing.
What?
That he's going to come
Rockets?
because they came so close this
No.
year.
There we
He's
go.
not going to come that close with the Knicks.
There
not,
we go.
Not as far as he would come.
Hold on,
if he was
though.
playing for Oklahoma.
Hold on, though.
Derrick Rose, is that what you're going to say? You gonna go Derrick Rose?
No one has any faith in Derrick Rose, but
Okay,
I think
okay.
KD wants to be the
You
star.
ain't gonna
Westbrook
do shit.
has taken away
Oh, and-
Kevin
and-
Durant's
and-
ability
and
to
Melo?
rise to superstardom.
Melo's just gonna be like, sure, Kevin Durant, come in and take the franchise to
Melo's
the Eastern
old
Conference
behind.
Finals
That's what
that I
I'm
haven't
saying,
been able to
yeah.
do in the last
Melo's
5 years.
Melo's a star in theory, but Melo has been underachieving since Denver.
But Melo
King of
thinks
New
he's
York
better
no
than
matter
he is.
what.
But he thinks he's better than he is. So Melo's not gonna really just give up the ball just like that. He doesn't want to do it.
No.
Melo thinks he can still win a championship for his team.
Does he really think that, though?
I don't know if he
I think he thinks Melo thinks he's better than he is because he needs to step aside. He really does.
Do you guys remember about, I think it was like 2 years ago, when the Bulls were trying to recruit him?
Yeah.
And
KD?
And they're trying to get Carmelo.
Yeah, Carmelo
He
took
could have
him.
went there and got more money.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah.
See? And
He could have went there and got more money and played with D Rose.
And D Rose said, "I don't want to scout. That's not my job."
Well,
So-
he said that?
Yeah, he definitely said that.
Well, I think D Rose said today that that he
D. Rose
wants
can barely
Kevin Durant,
walk.
that he wants Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant, I believe, will stay at least one more year. He'll sign a 1-year deal and go until the end of Westbrook's. See what happens with Westbrook next year.
He's tired
I
of
think
Westbrook.
Westbrook is done after this coming season. Well, his contract is up. I'm
I
not
can
saying
see
he's
that
done.
happening.
so
Because they've come so close together. They want to try it one more time, one more year, see if they can bypass the Warriors and make it to the finals. And if it doesn't happen then they'll probably choose.
I disagree with you on that one.
I thought we were going to have the same...
I know.
You
I
said
know.
he's going to go to the Warriors?
So I still think
No, I
that
still bypass the Warriors.
I think that KD's going to the Warriors
This year.
this year.
Oh.
And if he does that, he's the biggest.
He's a tool. If he does
I was,
that,
like,
he's a tool.
I was trying to like choose my words carefully. I want to be like he's the biggest PUSSY. Come on now,
I couldn't have said it better myself.
vagina.
But he's been so patient. He's been so patient with the team.
Why can't he go to the Warriors?
I mean, come on now. That's like freaking.
I see it happening.
So they smack you around, and then you're like, oh, hey, guys, can I come play with you?
It's a different NBA. Nobody really cares about loyalty that much
No.
anymore. They care about
about the
money
dollar
and
bill.
winning, and money first. So as soon as people get a taste of one ring, a lot of times these days, the next deal that comes up, they chase the money. So in this case, I mean, it's up to him if he wants to go to the Warriors, but it'll be a super team.
You do what you want to do, but
I don't know if sharing the ball though. How they gonna share
I just
that
feel
ball?
like they have a chemistry, and he's going to come in and disrupt the chemistry. I don't know if they necessarily want him.
All scoring averages will drop.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be the same exciting Warriors. Even though I don't love them, I just think it would change
I
them
think it could be
drastically.
exciting. I think it could be exciting.
I don't think
I like it.
because Durant can get out and go.
I don't think they would be as good with Durant. I really don't. I don't think because of the chemistry, and then you do have to share the ball because KD needs to touch the ball. That was the breakdown in chemistry between him and Westbrook. Like who
And it's just two of them.
Yeah. Now it's 10 shooters for the Warriors. Who's gonna score? Like who's gonna
I mean,
score?
ask Charlie. I didn't say he was going to the Warriors. I think it would be exciting. Though.
Charlie, yeah. Who's gonna score? What the hell?
I think that he adds another key to the team. The Warriors are known
Too
for
many keys.
So
Major key alert.
Okay, what's the key? Because we have 3 premier scorers.
Yes.
And a possible 4th.
Yes.
In Draymond. So you'd have
Clay,
Curry,
Steph,
Clay,
Durant.
You'd have Draymond. That's a lot of people to share with.
Iggy scores. I'll come off the bench, but I mean, well, Iggy will give you some points now.
He's
We'll
a
see.
spark
We'll
plug.
see next year.
He's a spark
I mean,
He's a spark plug.
he's getting. I mean, he's not old, but he's getting up there. He's up there. He's getting.
How old is Iggy?
He's been around since. Didn't he play with?
He's older than LeBron.
He's
Is
older than
he?
LeBron.
I didn't
I don't
know
know.
that.
I think he's older than LeBron. Well, LeBron got gray hair, so who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
yeah.
Tell us something else real fast because we have to go in a second.
The one person that I see going to the Knicks is Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
I do too. That's what I have to. I have Dwight Knicks.
Yeah, I see that being a smart move for the Knicks.
So
Even though I don't see them doing
He opted out. He's done with Houston.
So yes, he's done. He's not playing for
Yeah.
D'Antoni.
Oh, no, no.
D'Antoni's not going to let him stay on that team.
Yeah, he already opted out of his
Yeah.
contract. He said he didn't want to be there.
He done. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. I think he's going to go back to Orlando.
Oh, why would he want to do that? Why?
What?
Because he shouldn't have left in the first place.
What is he gonna do in Orlando?
I think.
I
he
mean,
burned
I don't
the
really
bridge
think
with
Dwight
Orlando.
Howard
Didn't he burn the bridge in
cares.
Orlando?
Say what?
Didn't he burn the bridge in Orlando?
No, I don't think he. Well, kind of, sort of, but I think they would welcome him back. And I think that Dwight Howard, he's the kind of person. I don't think he cares about winning championships
welcome Dwight back.
regardless.
See,
I think he wants to be somewhere where he feels appreciated and adored.
See, I don't think that anyone who's played. I don't think anyone who was hyped as much as Dwight was hyped comes to the league and doesn't want to win a championship.
Dwight is.
Listen, he might be a bit of a pansy. He said on NBA on TNT that people mistake his jovialness, if that's even a word, for lack of commitment. So I think he might play. He played too much, yeah. But I don't think that means he doesn't want to win a championship.
I think he had great media
I don't
training during that
think so.
interview.
I don't think
You
so
think he
either.
did or did not?
I think he had great media training.
I do too. I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he had
Yeah,
great
he
media
said-
training.
for sure.
He
Well,
knew what to say
he
that
did.
day. But I can look at somebody and tell if they're, as Stephen A. says, a rough rider. Dwight Howard is a jokester. He don't care.
He does care about winning a championship. Who wants to
He doesn't
play in the league
He's
for
been
50 years
there.
and not win a
He's tasted
ring?
the finals. He's
He
tasted
don't
it.
care.
Give us
don't
somebody
care.
else.
Harrison Barnes with the whole Golden State
Oh,
thing.
who cares?
He blew his money. No matter
did.
where he
He's
goes, he blew his
done.
money.
Yeah.
He blew his money.
Dwayne Wade.
Ooh, I
He's staying with the freaking thing. With the
I think he
league.
wants to play with LeBron.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
I think he
I've
wants to play
seen
with LeBron.
reports
That's what I was
this
gonna
week.
say.
Erica's gonna flip out. I've seen reports this week in creating this super team here in LA. LeBron has bought a house here.
Yeah.
LeBron, D Wade, and I think
Chris-
was it Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris Paul.
I would love to see
Playing for
Chris
the
Paul.
Clippers?
No, playing for the Lakers. I didn't say it. I'm just saying that
not- it's
that
not
report
gonna
was
happen.
out there, and it was not theonion.com.
Because the Onion be putting out BS.
I don't see that happening. That's-
Dwayne Wade is like he's on his Kobe SHIT. He wants to stay with the same franchise forever. He's not trying to go to and he's old.
He's super old.
He's old, and his knees and his injuries. Like this year, I was surprised that he actually did and
He had a good
lasted
year, though.
as well as he did, especially
Yeah.
compared to what he looked like last year.
He said he feels 28.
Well, he's 34.
He came out the same year as LeBron, right? Same draft class.
You can look it, but you can't.
So yeah, I think he's a rough rider for staying with the same franchise forever.
And also, I don't see Dwayne. I think Dwayne Wade is a leader. I think he's very strong in his mindset. But he's not a James Jones gonna follow LeBron
Oh,
around.
God,
You know what I
no.
mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
see him doing that.
Okay, but he stays with Miami. The road still goes through LeBron James and the
Of course.
Cleveland Cavaliers, though.
Yes.
So Miami has to do something to get them back there.
Miami's done for a while.
I don't think Miami's gonna have a.
Yeah, they're
I think
done.
They're
Yeah,
10 years
So
away.
I mean, but don't you think that? So you don't think that
Like the
Dwayne
Lakers.
Wade still?
The Lakers are 12 years away.
Oh wow, Dwayne Wade.
12 years a slave.
Why you always hating, right?
12 years a slave, 12 years away.
Dwayne, that's still a lot closer than the Clippers, as a matter of fact.
Hey, we're
So
gonna talk about
Dwayne,
Clippers, talk about Lakers.
Dwayne Wade staying with the Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade has to win another ring, though.
He doesn't care. He's done.
I think his legacy
I think
is
he still wants to
cemented.
compete for a ring.
I think he's going to have a statue in front of American
Yeah.
Airlines Arena, and him and Gabrielle are going to be sickening and doing red carpets. I don't think he cares anymore. I don't think he cares.
I don't think he cares anymore either. He has what, 3?
I don't think he cares.
One without LeBron.
I think he's like, hell, I've done my.
Yeah.
I have been a faithful servant.
He's-
Cleveland Cavaliers.
who? D Wade?
Yeah,
Hell no.
Nah.
And what would he really do for them? Like,
he replaced Shump.
Somebody needs to get
I
rid of
think.
Shump's ass.
Well, but I think you could get somebody younger
It's
in
true.
and replace Shump. I don't know if
Yeah,
if
but
D Wade
he-
is.
Shump. I'm sorry. It would be Wade, Kyrie, LeBron.
not gonna happen.
Worst.
Well, but see, the thing is, Wade's only going to
Worse.
play 60 games a season, so it's even smart for them. I mean, I would go younger.
Yeah.
I like it. I just don't think longevity-wise, like for a season, he's only going to play 60 games out of the 82 because he's going to get hurt. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a smart pickup for them. But it would make LeBron happy, and we all know that LeBron is the real
Let me
GM.
tell you, he is the GM. I think we have to go. Sorry, everybody.
Do
Sorry.
we? Voice
Yeah.
of God.
About
How much
here?
time do we got, Voice of God?
Voice of God says how much time? He's gonna.
We're good. Oh, we still got 5.
Okay.
Next
So
one?
then yeah, McCall, you go.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
Josh. Sorry.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you
Okay.
done with the
Yeah, everybody else was in. They were
Al
pretty-
Horford? Who cares?
Al Horford, man.
Who cares?
And
Who cares?
oh, well, one more. DeMar DeRozan.
Who cares?
Oh, I think he's coming to LA.
He's good. He's good.
I think he's coming to
No,
LA.
I mean I know he's good, but do we really care about where? Like, is he a piece of a team that's gonna make or break a franchise? No.
Toronto Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, but Toronto, Kyle Lowry, and what's his name?
Damari Carroll.
DeMar, yeah.
I see your point. I just think that he really wants to be in LA, and I have
that's home.
look. I have sources.
Okay.
He wants to be in LA.
Okay.
I have sources.
Interesting.
I have sources. We all want to be in LA because look at this weather.
Come on, who doesn't want to be in LA?
We'll take it.
119 degrees.
Right? It's been so hot. Like, I just cannot deal. Anywho, today is my favorite day of the year. It's NBA draft day. It's also the day when I have uncontrollable cravings for waffles in Chipotle. Because everybody in the draft is waffle colored and their arms look like Chipotle bags.
Oh God.
What?
And that went over my head.
I don't
go
think I
over your
get
head?
it. I don't think I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody who's getting drafted is waffle colored and their arms look like Chipotle bags.
Chipotle bags.
Tattoos. Anyways, today's NBA draft day.
She worked
So
really hard on that one. Okay.
let me have my moment.
Please
Let
tell me
me
why
have
you always
my
hating.
moment. Why y'all always hating?
Chipotle bag.
So, yes, so in honor of today's NBA draft, I thought we would go and look back in history at some of the most memorable NBA draft busts. All right, now who got picked over Carmelo Anthony?
Darko.
I'm looking at my cheat sheet.
Right?
Yep.
Darko Milicic. Do you guys remember Darko?
Nope.
Who was number one?
Number one that year was LeBron.
LeBron
That was the
James.
same year
Oh,
as
yeah,
LeBron.
that's right.
LeBron
That's
James.
right.
Do we have
LeBron
a picture?
James.
Do we have a picture of Darko?
Kanye.
LBJ.
This fool had the worst career ever. He's now back in Serbia as a kickboxer, but he got picked over Carmelo. I mean, talk about a bust.
I hope he saved his money. What's that? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think he probably did.
He played 10 years.
Oh, did he play 10 years in the NBA?
No, he bounced around. He was riding the bench.
Oh, there you go.
Detroit, Orlando, Memphis, New
Yeah.
York, Minnesota.
Okay.
My next bust is Greg Oden.
This breaks my heart.
I don't.
Greg Oden breaks my heart.
I don't
have a
want to
story
call
about
him a
this.
bus.
I feel like he had
He was a buzz.
Giants disease.
He was look at the dude. He was retired before he even got drafted.
Stop!
He was older than LeBron James. LeBron James was old for a while, right?
I actually thought he had a nice look. I like
He
him
looked like
mature
Father
look.
Time himself.
You think that Greg Oden was nice looking?
I can see potential in him. I said if you get him with the
Now
right...
that's 12 years a slave.
No,
that is
stop.
12
Now
years
just
old.
a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Roots.
I just felt like if he had the right team around him and got him cleaned up and got him looking refined.
Oh, you mean for his?
Yeah, like I think
Okay.
you
I
could
said
have
the
pulled
right
him.
basketball
I was like, what is she talking about?
His knee still would have fallen apart.
So, anyways, Greg Oden is a bust because he
No,
got.
you can't call him a bust.
He's a bust.
I think for the definition of bust, they have to have played and to demonstrate being a bust.
But you also have to look at who got picked after them.
Yeah.
No,
Kevin Durant
that's
got
not
picked after
fair.
him.
That's not fair.
Yes, it is fair.
No one really knows what's going to happen in the NBA draft and to say, like, okay, this player is better than...
And he's also a bust
It's
because
just not fair.
he's also a bust because you got to look at the history of the Portland Trailblazers. My last bust is Sam Bowie. They messed up before.
Sam Bowie, only because of Michael Jordan. That's still
That's
not fair.
true too. I see what you're saying about Greg Oden. I do think he was a bust. Though.
Five knee injuries. He's a bust.
He didn't have enough play time.
But that's his body falling apart. That wasn't that he was a bad basketball
So
player.
if you're the GM for the Portland Trailblazers, or GM for
He's the bust.
Well, what the GM's a bust?
GM
He lost
He
his
shouldn't
job.
have picked him.
He lost his job. They have a new GM.
But to say Greg
he lost
Oden,
his job.
it's not Greg Oden can control his knees falling apart. That just wasn't fair. That's just.
But you're a bust. Like, if you can't go to your job tomorrow and do what your duties, your job description calls for,
It doesn't mean you
you're a
weren't good
bust.
at your job.
You're a bust
It doesn't
at that
mean
job.
You weren't good at your job.
wait a minute.
Greg Oden was a good basketball player when he was healthy.
He was an NBA bust, though.
No, I just don't agree with that.
He was not an NBA success.
So
But when you're
he
a
was not
number
a
one
success.
draft
You can't call him
pick,
a
that's a
bust.
whole nother level, though. He's a number one draft
Charlie,
pick.
what say you?
So if you're saying that Ben Simmons today,
It's gonna be a bust.
yeah, if he's a bust,
I don't think he's going to be a superstar.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's
No,
gonna be a
bust.
superstar.
Because we're talking like, could Greg Oden play at one time? Was he
He
not
played like
a
12
good,
games
solid basketball player?
total. He had 12
true,
great
though.
games.
He averaged 8 and 8, 8 and
8
You
and
7.
found some Greg Oden stats. Where'd you find
His
those?
rookie year, 8 and 7.
Where'd you find
He really
those?
pulled
His
this.
rookie year, 8 and 7.
Print off in color.
And then 11,
Jeeves.
11 points, 8 rebounds. His second.
You're 7
Wow.
feet tall, and you didn't average double digits in rebounding.
The dude's knees, though.
Oh,
His knees.
hell. Okay, so update on Greg Oden. He's now a student manager at Ohio State
Is
for their
he?
basketball team. He's finishing his degree.
Good for him.
In 2014, he pimp slapped his ex-girlfriend.
as you do.
As you do. I mean,
right.
it happens.
He's depressed.
It happens. So yes, Greg Oden, I deem him a bust. Next bust is Johnny Flynn. And Johnny Flynn has had a successful career.
Just not here. Just not
Just
here. in
not
the
here.
States.
Yeah.
He's playing overseas, but he was picked over Steph Curry, so that's why people say he's a bust. The next bust is Jay Williams. This one breaks my heart.
It breaks my heart,
This is not a
too.
bust.
It is a bust.
Not a bust.
Because you were being stupid with your career. You shouldn't have been on a. You shouldn't have been on a. Okay.
But here's the thing.
Let's set it
a,
up.
A bust is somebody who has enough time to play several years and
I
has a
agree
career,
with you.
and you say at the end of his career, like, that guy was terrible. He did not live up to his potential while he played. But if you didn't get a chance to go and play your career,
Because you made a bad
you're not
decision, just
bust.
like Jason Pierre-Paul
that
from the
wasn't a
Giants.
basketball
See,
decision. That was a stupid,
It is-
boneheaded human personal decision.
You're getting paid
that
millions
wasn't a
of
basketball
dollars.
court
Everything
decision,
you
though.
when you
I
get paid
think
millions
Jay
of
was a
dollars.
bust.
No, look. Let me just say this: when you get paid millions of dollars, everything you do is a basketball decision. Even when
agree.
you wipe your ass, that is a basketball decision.
That was not a basketball court decision.
Yes, it is.
on the floor.
You're
That was
risking your
not a
life.
decision. That was not a decision that affected anything. Well,
It did.
Okay.
that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, once again, a bust is someone who has a career and sucks.
See, I think that's your own subjectivity, because I think that if you get paid $20 million as the number 1 overall draft pick, and you let that franchise down, you have busted that franchise's ability to move forward on any level of success.
But at that player's full potential, was he a bad basketball player?
It doesn't
We didn't have
matter.
time to
No,
figure
that matters because Jay Williams.
What did you do?
Jay Williams, while playing, was a good basketball player, a very good basketball player.
How many years did he play? He didn't. He never even.
I don't even think he got through his rookie contract.
Yeah, because
he didn't.
y'all, we gotta
Look,
go.
you about to get the bust award of the show.
We have to go.
Magic Johnson.
I stand by
all-time.
everything I said. I stand by every word I have put out on this panel.
Yes, Josh has been.
Always.
Josh is the
Yeah,
And I ain't going
go
nowhere.
ahead with the shit list for Josh.
Not
Magic
going
Johnson,
nowhere.
the android.
With your Ask Jeeves list.
Put it in the comments.
It's gotta be
Put it on the YouTube. At me on Twitter and Instagram.
Y'all, thank you for watching
At JJ the Talented.
Sports Weekly.
Do it.
Every Thursday night at 7. You can find me, Erica Renee Davis, on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and on Instagram at Erica Renee D.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, at Twitter. At Twitter. At Charles L. Myers.
And you can find me on Sports and Pop Culture Collide at McCall Hall.
And Jay Will and Greg Oden are not bust. I'm Joshua Johnson. JJ the Talented on social media. You guys are bust.
And if you want to receive group text messages, just don't get an Android like Josh. Follow all things Black Hollywood
stand
Live,
by my
BlackHollywoodLive.com. Follow us on Twitter at BHL Online. Follow us on Instagram at The Sports Weekly. Until next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. See ya.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals. From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African-American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined. Now,
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.